Kyle, very good to see you. Today, we get to talk through 5 year-end money moves for a better 2025. The end of the year is always a great time to start thinking about your finances for the upcoming year. So, we have 5 quick tips to help you get on track for 2025. First, do a budget checkup and shore up your emergency fund.
Hey, Erin. Yeah, thank you. This is a great topic. I love going through this, especially near the end of the year.
Yeah.
Expenses change every year. And I think in the last few years, they've changed notably for a lot of people. Not only has inflation been pretty hot, but also interest rates have been up and down. So some of your debts or some of the interest that you pay on maybe your credit cards may impact what you're paying monthly. And you want to be aware of that and head into next year on a very positive note.
hmm And next, you suggest maxing out your Roth IRA or even consider a conversion.
This is a big one for us every year. We like to look at clients' tax brackets,
Mhm.
how much taxable income they've had for the year. And is there any room in that 12% tax bracket for me to convert part of my pre-tax money into a Roth? Basically taking advantage of lower tax rates. Historically, they're lower, and it could be a great thing for a lot of people.
hmm And the other thing we wanted to touch on quickly as we talk through tax advantaged account, your health savings account.
Right. From a tax standpoint, this is a home run if you qualify for it. It's a health savings account. The contributions are tax deductible going in. They're tax free while they grow, and like a Roth, they're tax free when you take the money out. Now, the only caveat is they do have to be the withdrawals have to be for health related expenses, and there's a list of those things that qualify. But it could be a
hmm
great thing if you qualify. Yes.
Right. And then next, offset gains by harvesting losses. This is known as tax loss harvesting.
Yep. So this is a big part for us. This, like your image says, you can take advantage of gains in some positions in your account and actually take advantage of some of the losses in the account as well. Through your rebalancing process, even you can take advantage of this concept. And what we're using is some of our losses in some of those positions that maybe haven't done as well for the year to offset some of the gains that we've seen on some of the positions that have done really well for the year. Now, keep in
Mhm.
mind, this doesn't really apply to your IRAs, right? It's all tax deferred. Everything grows tax deferred. This is on your taxable accounts. So your non-IRA investment, your brokerage accounts in particular. It's a big thing that we like to do for clients. I'm a big fan of this concept.
And I'm glad you touched on the next resolution, which is rebalancing. It's been a great year for the stock market, Kyle. So we may be a little bit out of whack in our portfolio.
I think so. In a lot of cases, we've done quite a few rebalances for clients actually during this calendar year. It's been such a wild year in
Right.
the market. And, stocks, right? You hit it. It's been a hot year for the stock market. However, the bonds have hardly grown at all for most of this year. Um, and so you could have a big discrepancy in your portfolio from where you may have started off even a few years ago. So there's an advantage there, stocks and bonds. And there's also an advantage in sectors. We've seen a large amount of growth in growth names. So growth stocks relative to some of your small cap stocks. So you may be imbalanced, not even from a stock bond perspective, but from a sector allocation perspective as well. You want to be mindful of that because you want to limit exposure.
Right. It's all about staying within your own risk tolerance. You might be taking on more risks than you even know. And then last, a lot of us make charitable contributions at the end of the year. If that is you, you may want to consider a qualified charitable distribution.
A lot of clients really love this concept, especially clients like in the image here. You could take the money from your IRA, and instead of taking that money and putting it in your bank account and paying taxes on it, you can actually route those funds directly from your IRA to the charity of your choosing. And it could be a church. It just has to be a qualified charity. And you should talk to your advisor about who that is in particular. But if you don't need your RMD money, why pay the taxes on it? Instead of paying tithes from your bank account to the church, you could actually
Yeah.
route it from the IRA and save on taxes. Everybody
Right.
wins.
It is a win-win for everybody. I do love that strategy. Kyle, if somebody wants to talk through any of these steps to make sure they are on track for 2025, what's the best way to reach you?
Best way to reach us is through our website. That's firstcoastfinancialgroup.com.
All right. Kyle, thanks so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Erin.